Hello, and welcome to my new player's guide to endgame. Instead of making a long drawn out video to try to get the algorithm on YouTube, I'm actually going to go over the basics of the endgame and how to actually get your gear score up. I'm making this video because when I was a fresh max level, I had no clue what to do, and all I had were the videos that mentioned grinding out mounts, transmogs, or some other crap. Now I'm actually going to informate you with the basics of endgame. So first things first, your gear score is trash when you hit level 60. So you're going to fix that. How? Good question. You're going to want to start doing world quests and your covenant quests and callings. This will all help get your eye level up. And you're going to want to do some stuff in the mall to unlock some of the stuff for Torghast. Now, Torghast is important because going through it is how you start crafting a legendary, but you can't progress much if your eye level isn't high enough, and it's trash, as I already said. You're going to be able to feel it out, like when you can't progress in it, like by the common enemies giving you a rough time, because if they give you a rough time, then you definitely won't be able to fight the last boss on the final floor. It'll just save you time to just quit out and try to group up and do it, or just wait till your eye level's higher. But as I was saying, you're going to want to do world quests until you can do LFD dungeons, and that's through the group finder. If you got this far without using it, then you're either dumb or a masochist. After you gear up a bit through that, then you'll want to do the same process but with heroic dungeons. And after you feel like you've got a good bit of gear out of the heroics, and you can start using the group finder to start finding mythics. I found that 170 eye level was a good place to start doing mythics. And after you do that, you're going to want to work your way up through the key levels. So, like mythic 0, and then 2, 3, 4, and so on. At this point, you're getting more higher tier gear, and you're going to want to find a half decent guild to start running higher mythics with at higher levels. Also, as much as I hate to say it, you'll also want to run some LFRs at least once a week. It can be a pain, but it can give you some decent gear out of it. Now, I do say find a guild because you'll most likely have to join a Discord, which is a good thing. You will be able to react much faster with them talking to you and you talking back, and get questions answered fast. You'll want to have a guild that can communicate clearly with each other at higher mythic keys, because they can start to become quite difficult the higher you get, and the randoms may not quite cut it. That's why I say join a guild. Also, with joining a guild, you'll have the opportunity to start running full raids and getting more gear killing difficult bosses with a lot of the mechanics that are in the Mythic Plus dungeons, but to a larger extent, if that makes sense. Why am I telling you to wait till you have a guild to start running full raids, you ask? Well, I'll tell you, the group finder, you'll have the worst people usually probably spend double the time on each boss, because there's one dude getting lit in the corner and refuses to learn the mechanics, just wiping the party of 15 times until you decide you need to sleep because you've been on the same boss for 1.5 hours. So save yourself some stress and just avoid the group finder as a new player, unless you know for 100% fact you have the time and you can learn or already know the raid. Speaking of raids and learning them, you will want to look up Raid and Mythic Plus dungeon guides on YouTube, because it's just better to learn the mechanics before you go in rather than being the reason for the wipe. But anyway, that's about it to this guide. Just a small direction on the roadmap to get your eye level up higher and to play the higher tier end game. I tried to make this as simple as I could. I didn't want to go too far into detail. I just wanted to get the bare bones out there, because a lot of the people that put out these end game guides, they just put way too much, and their videos are like half an hour long. I don't want that. But that's about it. Like and subscribe, or don't. But may the path be clear to you, my weary traveler.